Hello there and welcome to the second episode of my huge Nintendo Switch collection. If you are new to the channel, please feel free to hit that like or subscribe button. Today's video is going to feature a whole new bundle of Switch games. I'd love to hear what your favourites are in the comment section below. So first up we have a new release on the Switch, and that's Ion Fury. You play Shelley Bombshell Harrison, who earned her codename as a bomb disposal expert from the Global Defence Force. When cult mastermind Dr. Heskel unleashes a cybernetic attack on Neo DC, Shelley decides it's time to start chucking bombs rather than defusing them. Her journey will leave trails of blood, gore and carnage. So apparently this is one of those great 2D shooters, much like the old Doom games. I'm yet to play it so far because I just got it, but I really am looking forward to diving in. So I got this for about £23 on base.com, and assuming it's a good game, it's going to be one hell of a package. It's got a lovely little artwork on the back cover, it's got stickers that you can put anywhere, and a little art book as well. Next up we have Atelier Ryza, Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout. So from what I hear, there's a lot of Atelier Ryza games out there, and I've never actually managed to play any. I think that's the beauty of this little console being an excellent RPG machine, as it gives you a chance to try so many great new RPGs. The game features a vivid and richly detailed world where you can take part in thrilling real-time battles, master gathering with the right tools, and synthesize items to discover forbidden alchemy. Jason Voorhees returns to cause more mayhem in Friday the 13th The Game, the Ultimate Slasher Edition. So I've played a good few hours of this on the Switch so far, and although I'll admit it's not optimised to perfection, it is very addictive. Although the inside of the box is plain and dull, which is a pet peeve of mine, it comes with a really cool poster, which is always a nice wee plus. The single player in it's not too great. I'm not too happy with the AI, it can be a little bit clunky and stupid at times, but the multiplayer's where it's at. You can spend hours and hours playing as either one of the camp members or Jason, either trying to stay alive or trying to murder the others. It can be really fun and quite terrifying at times. Moving swiftly on to Metro Redux. This box comes packed with both Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light Definitive Editions. Now I started playing the Metro games on the Xbox 360, but at the same time I had Fallout 3 to play, so I chose Fallout 3 back in the day, but it's nice being able to jump back into these, and I have completed both since they came out on the Switch, which is always great. Whereas I did have my doubts previously about these games being able to run on the Switch, they did an amazing job of porting them, and they both look and run very smoothly. Then we have the extremely controversial Blizzard's extremely popular game, Overwatch. Again, I'd never previously played this game, but I absolutely loved Paladins on the Switch. When Digital Foundry did the review on this game, they said it was pretty average on a technical point of view. I think that's mainly because it was locked to 30 frames per second when they managed to achieve a full 60 with Paladins. And I think a lot of people are quite annoyed, including myself to a certain point of view, that they didn't actually have a cartridge in the box and it's just a downloadable code. But for the most part the game runs perfectly and there's really no issue with it if you don't mind dropping to that 30 frames per second. Then we have Diablo III Eternal Collection. Now, Diablo 3 is an amazing game, and I used to play it all the time on the PC, and I'm so glad they got the port right with the Switch, with achieving a full 60 frames per second constantly. Whereas I don't mind on other occasions, I think the Diablo games really need that solid 60 frames per second to get the perfect experience. I love how huge the online community and the replayability are with this game. You really can battle the forces of hell anywhere you go with the Nintendo Switch version. Next up we have Dragon Quest Builders 2. I love the Dragon Quest franchise and I love the Minecraft franchise, you really can't go wrong with this little game. As you can see, you get to switch between the Japanese and the Western box arts. I opted for the Japanese of course because it just looks so much better. And then we have Starlink Battle for Alice. I absolutely love this game and I'm so sad that it wasn't considered a success. You get to launch into space with Fox McCloud and his R-Wing to free the Atlas system. The Star Fox game is my favourite Super Nintendo game, so there's a lot of nostalgia there for me already. But that aside, I think the game on its own grounds is just really good. Now I'm a huge No Man's Sky fan, and this game's a lot like a much smaller version of that. And again, it's optimised really well on the Switch, so I think if they had added a few things here and there, this game could have been a success. However, one of the good things about this game not being a success is you can get this entire pack for about £20 from most shops these days. because even if this game doesn't intrigue you, this pack alone comes with some really cool clip-on figurines. I think the Toys to Life system has really run its course, but I am still really glad I bought this pack. When you can still buy all the add-ons digitally in the game, and have added some really big free downloadable contents as well, then there's really no reason not to like this game. Next up we have Saints Row III, the full package. Well, I think a lot of Switch owners are waiting on that Grand Theft Auto port. And in the meantime, I think this really fills the gap a bit. It has a lot of similarities, but is far more over the top and doesn't take itself too seriously. When the game was first ported, it really didn't run too well, but they've patched it out and it runs pretty smoothly now. So well worth it if you pick it up. Then we have Pokkén Tournament. I quite like this game, I don't love it. It was originally on the Wii U and it was ported over to Switch. It had a great online following, but I think it's died down a little bit now, to be honest. It's a half decent game, a half decent fighter and a half decent addition to the Pokemon franchise. And then we have what is my favourite horror game of all time and probably one of the best looking Switch ports there is, Alien Isolation. Now I'm going to rather shamelessly state that I already gave a more in-depth video on this game and you can feel free to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. Now Alien Isolation is a terrifying game and I'd recommend it to absolutely everyone who's interested in horror games. The Switch port's absolutely perfect, and there's just something really freaky about playing in handheld mode in the dark room by yourself. Definitely check it out. And then we have another Definitive Edition, Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. Won't say too much, love this game, great open world JRPG with a lot of character. Awesome, buy it, it's great. I do find the story a little bit generic, but it's got an awesome hack and slash combat system and the characters more than make up for it. Then we've got a game that no one's probably ever heard of, so we'll just leave it at that. Nah, if you watch any of my other content, you'll know how crazy my relationship is with the Elder Scrolls games. Skyrim definitely included in that. And what I will say is with this port, they got it right. It looks and runs perfectly on the Switch. For those that are curious, I'd probably say that it runs somewhere in between the original Xbox 360 release and the Xbox One release. And to be honest, on a handheld system, I'd say that's perfect. If you have a Switch and you're looking to throw your life away, then Skyrim is definitely the game for you. The physical edition comes with this lovely little artwork on the inside cover, and a map which is actually framed on my wall at the moment. Well, thank you very much for making it this far. This is the second video in the series featuring my Nintendo Switch collection. I'll be back again soon with more. Thank you.